Hello, everybody. My name is Simply Velka, and I want to thank you so much for checking out my weekly Terrascope for the coming week. And so I'm just going to just jump right into this reading, right? Because I already have the cards shuffled, pre-shuffled for this week already. So you guys don't have to watch me doing that. So yeah, how was this last week for you guys? Did you find that the Terrascope was relating to you? I know there's I actually got a lot of comments on how how so many people in our community could relate to it. And it was so beautiful for all of us to be able to just come together in that way and just be able to just help each other out throughout the week. And yeah, so let's just get started with this. I'm just gonna start with the stone of the week, because I feel like the stone of the week kind of just is like a summarization of everything else, right? The stone of the week is number 39, the turquoise stone. And what turquoise represents, just in general, is turquoise is you think of turquoise and you think of I personally think of elegance and just the upper class. So this already to me is a week of good fortune, right? And it's also a stone to think about your environment, and is your environment conducive for really attaining what it is that you're wanting to attain? Are your actions doing reflecting that as well? So turquoise is a big stone of just letting you know, for one, just hey, fortune good coming is coming to you. But also turquoise at the other hand as well is asking you to be a little bit more accountable as well, to look at your environment, to see what you could tweak and improve on for the coming wealth as well. So either if this could impact how you how you go about getting this wealth, maybe you could fine tune it so this wealth can come in more tenfold, I suppose, adding on to it. Or perhaps only the wealth will come to you once you adjust your environment for this week, right? And so let's just go ahead and break up down the rest of these cards. What's calling out to me the most is the honeybee card next. And the honeybee card says, let compassion and forgiveness be your top priority in this situation. So during this week, I feel this is kind of the week of cutting off loose ends. So cutting off loose ends with people that are no longer serving you, cutting off loose ends with habits that are no longer serving you. We have the Two of Fire that's talking about you coming into your own, a new partnership or contract to continue moving forward. So really this week is just about, this is a very positive week for all of us, right? To have this turquoise stone, which is talking about the wealth coming, and then just to get that double affirmation for Two of Fire, letting you know just hey, you're the affirmation of your path, you're going down your path successfully. Things are manifesting in your favor right now, right? New partnerships and contracts, that's something to be looking at for those of you who are looking into business, or maybe even the social side of things, because the turquoise also, and paired with the honeybee, kind of gives me the implication that this week is really I feel a lot of people are going to relate in terms of a social thing. So kind of a little bit of a carryover from last week in terms of communication is key. So I feel a lot of people kind of got their feelings out last week. And this coming week that we're going to be in is going to be the week of assessing the information that we received from last week, and deciding what habits are no longer serving us, what people are no longer serving us. And just having that honeybee here is here to remind you of continuing on with that compassion, because let me remind you, because of the turquoise promising the riches coming ahead, you want to be able to receive these riches at a higher level of higher vibration. I'm sorry, just had a moment there. So this is just that reminder, just being hey, when these riches come, they're going to be coming. So you just have to be at the highest vibration that you can be. And sometimes being at the highest vibration means cutting off those habits that are no longer serving you, and taking control of your own environment, and really taking control of how this wealth and abundance comes into your life, really. But yeah, the Two of Fire is just also telling you just continue moving forward, continue trucking on, that you're getting the affirmation. Really, it's just things are coming towards you, so keep doing what you're doing, basically. You're in the right direction. And then we have the Queen of Air, and the Queen of Air is talking about objective decision making, clearing away all that no longer serve you. So I was saying before about those habits, maybe getting back on track. I feel like a lot of you will feel like to relate on, because really last week is taught really about dealing with people, the social problems and all that, really dealing outwardly. And now this week is going to be like, now that you have your information, this is going to be the week of like you being in control of like finally making the decisions of what you're going to be cutting off. How are you going to be approaching? How are you going to be investing into your future? How are you going to be investing? This week is going to be a time of investment for your future and for your abundance. And that's why turquoise is here to remind you and like keeping this stone in your presence this week to really keep you at that vibration and keep you accountable for the environment that you're in, and really pushing you to really have the most operative environment to really obtain that abundance, really, right? You know, we have the full moon in Cancer, which is just giving affirmation again from the last week. This card is talking about personal issues reaching a resolution. So if you didn't reach a resolution last week, I feel like this week will definitely be the week that like things will play out. The other ball is going to drop this week for everybody, if it hasn't already. So take this time to wake up every single day be willing to be a student every single day, be willing to be willing to allow this week to allow people, situations, habits show their true colors, show where how it's playing its role in your life, and then allow it to come to a resolution. Because once you can identify an issue, then there's no excuse of not resolving it. We have again another one, a full moon and eclipse, talking about conclusions are within reach. So again, this is a push this week of like things are finally coming together. So for people, I feel like there's going to be some people who've been like, desperately working at this goal for a long time now. I say goal, like a goal in terms of abundance. I really feel like this week is really about getting like a lot of money vibes, right? So to have like all these cards talking about, really promising this wealth and abundance coming in, this week is really going to be like the final touches, really. I think it's what it's called. I would say it's just like this is like the final rough draft, and so once you do these final edits, then it's off to the newspaper, it's off to be published, right? So really take this week to really formulate and create a conducive environment, because I feel like after this week things are going to really start shifting in a positive way. Because while things have been actively shifting with like the lunar eclipse that's happened, the full moon that's happened, and just the new year in general, like a lot of things have just naturally been shifting, but it's I guess in some ways kind of subtle shifts. And now at this point it's going to be very in your face. Like you're going to finally see the fruits of your labor. Like your apple trees, your fruit trees are finally going to start bearing fruit, basically. So going along with that, we have the four of wands right here, and again, this is the imagery card. And, this is this to me is just like again, just like the affirmation togetherness. Things are finally coming into flow. This is it's so beautiful how all these cards are just coming together, really. So if anything, if you for this honeybee, because this honeybee came in for a reason, of being that push, or just that reminder of like thinking about compassion, involving love into it. So there's going to be that reminder for some people to just really let go of anything else that's bringing you down, like mentally. If you think of a certain person, they just like instantly kill your mood. Why is that person still relevant in your mind, right? So overall, guys, like this is such a beautiful spread that like I'm really excited for this week. I like definitely during this week, guys, let's communicate in the comments below about like how, like, as the week progresses, of like telling each other the good news, because I feel like there's just gonna be a lot of good news. Or maybe necessarily you're gonna just see like the wheels finally start turning, and it's gonna be rapid. Once they start turning, it's not going to stop. It's just going to continue going faster and faster. So exciting. And then finally we have the Two of Coins, which is kind of like the celebration card of, it's paired with a turquoise in terms of like the general message and what it means. It was just like the wealth coming to us, guys. So everything's finally coming into fruition. This week is really about things just coming into fruition, really about the abundance. So really prepare yourself. And when I say prepare yourself, that's really just about just getting yourself at that just in the proper mindset, getting your environment prepared for it as well. So that way, once things start happening quickly, once this fruit starts happening, you already have a bunch of baskets to the side ready to pick up the fruit, right? You don't have, so you're able to be more efficient. So yeah, this week really take control of your environment, take control and be honest with yourself and be accountable. Make this week about really setting yourself up for that abundance and really setting yourself up of really being able to receive all the goodness in your life and set yourself up for success, right? That's really what I'm getting for this week. And yeah, I'm so excited for us, guys. Like, I really cannot wait. And I just love how this spread really just pairs so beautifully. And it's just like the aftermath sounds brutal, but the conclusion of last week. So yeah, let's just see what Miss Aretha Franklin has to say for this week for us as well. Oneness is my true nature. So I love this quote so much because this is just kind of like for how this represents with the spread in itself. This is really for those that like, this is kind of like the affirmation to me that these are long-term goals that you're gonna like. You think of like an avocado fruit tree, right? Because all fruit are avocados fruits? I think they are. But yeah, you think of an avocado and how many years it takes before an avocado tree starts bearing fruit. It's that kind of time investment. Whereas if you plant like if you plant like a strawberry plant, right, you get strawberries pretty quickly after, right? So think about it in this way. So when you have this oneness, this is really about like, when I think of oneness, I think of something that fulfills us, that is most fulfilling. And usually the most fulfilling things are those long-term plans and goals that we have for ourselves. So really, this is just overall so exciting that like things are finally going to be working out, guys, right? There's no longer going to be that buildup. It's the volcano's finally going to explode, and we really are going to see such a beautiful our creations finally coming and manifesting into the physical reality. So this is just such a positive week for us, guys. So yeah, thank you so much for stopping by and having your weekly Taroscope read by me. I feel so honored. If this reading resonated with you, please let me know. Let me know in the comments below which of these cards resonated with you, or just communicate with me in general. We're like a community here, and yeah, I always love talking to you guys and hearing from you guys as well. If you're interested in having a personal reading done by me, or if you just wish to communicate with me, I'll have everything linked in the description below. And yeah, I can't wait to hear from you guys, but until I do, I love you guys so much. Bye.